Hi guys. So here we are for some stretching. Um, for you guys, it's 10 in the morning, but I am pre-recording this stretching session, so it's actually 9 o'clock at night for me. When I look out my window here, you can see that it's dark and not bright and sunny like we prefer. It's been a long day for me. I uh, worked this morning um, on some departmental stuff for the PT department, and then went into the Landon Center and was in the clinic that I'm in on Tuesdays in the afternoon. Got my notes done, put my kiddo to bed, and now it's stretching time. I'm pre-recording this time because I can't be there with you at 10 in the morning. I have something that I just couldn't get myself out of, as that happens from time to time, right? And so I thought for today, for this time around, we'd go ahead and I would pre-record the stretches like I said, and then you'll still have them at 10 a.m. So I want to treat this as if I was with you in real time, and I would love, love, love you to give me a thumbs up on this video, or a hug, or better yet, a heart, or better yet, one of those hugs that they have now. And I would love for you to kind of give me a hello in the comments. Let me know that you were here watching. The thing I didn't do was I didn't do ask in advance what stretches you might like to have today. So hopefully I can touch on some things that I know several of you like. So we're just going to start. I'm going to back up a little bit. We're going to start with our arms a little bit today, and I just want us to kind of bend the elbows and straighten the elbows a few times just to get some movement in the arms. Now, as always, you can have a care partner helping you. If you have somebody who is able to kind of give some support behind the arm and some support at the wrist and help with that movement, you can make the movement just as big or as little as you want. It doesn't have to be a huge movement if you're only part way with it. We'll just do a few of those. And then let's go ahead and bring our hands up, and let's just open and close, kind of like flap our chicken wings here. Hope you guys have had a good week. Between the end of last week and the beginning of this week, I guess. It's been kind of crazy busy for me. Like I said, I have something I can't get out of in the morning, and then the PT students had finals last week, so it's just kind of been crazy. But I'm traveling on Friday. I'll go ahead and bring those arms down and maybe circle the shoulders. I'm traveling up to Minnesota this week, and so I'm looking forward to spending a few days at the lake, my folks' lake house. It's going to be kind of chilly, so we're not going to do a lot of stuff in the water, but we're going to have a campfire and listen to the sound of the lake. We'll go the other way with our shoulders. There's eagles on the lake, so we're going to get to see some eagles, I hope, and just kind of get a change of pace, a new place. So we'll pause and let's just roll our head around. We'll go the other way. Again, our circles can be as big or as little as we want. We don't have to go crazy. These should be comfortable and not painful, right? We'll come back to the middle. So we'll just take our ear down towards our shoulder, get that big muscle right here, and just start to loosen it some. moving within our range of motion. And we'll bring it back to the middle and we'll look down and we'll look up. We'll look down. So as always, I have my feet firmly planted down on the ground or on the foot plates of my wheelchair. I'm sitting so that my sitting bones are comfortable against my chair or my padding, coming back to the middle. So I've got my nice big upright posture, and I'm just going to drop my ear down towards my shoulder. And we're holding here. So let's be aware that we're not forcing the stretch. I'm not trying to jerk and yank my neck. I'm just kind of tipping it and letting that motion of gravity draw me down. I'm also letting this shoulder be relaxed. So you might kind of verbally tell that shoulder to chill out rather than being way up here and creating tension. We want to actually create length. Let's go to the other side. So I'm just breathing big inhales through the nose, exhales through the mouth. And allowing that space to open up along the side of my neck. My neck's really tight. I can actually, in the video, I can see the tightness of my neck muscle. So I know that I need these stretches, definitely. Let's come back to the middle. And let's turn our head and look over our shoulder. And we're just going to hold that. Again, a few good breaths. And let's turn it the other way. So, coming back to the middle. So I'm going to take my hands and I'm going to just draw my hands behind me like this, and then I'm going to bring my hands forward. And as I do that, I'm going to arch my back, push my chest out, and I'm going to round my back and pull my chest in. I'll turn to the side so you can see me here. So I'm just opening. I can't do it very well with my chair here on the side. That's why we're facing forward. But you can see I'm kind of arching, rounding of my back, right? Kind of arching, rounding of my back. Now your arms can be big, but if you want to keep them a little bit small, if that feels better, you can keep them small, or you can even cross over and just focus on the spine. Look at that. So it's whatever works the best for you and your body, right? Maybe 2 more of those. 1. And then we'll come back to the middle. And I'm going to take my hands and I'm going to bring them behind me. Now I have a couple of options. I can reach and hold onto the arms of my chair, or I can reach and hold onto the back of my chair. Look at that. See how I'm grabbing the back of my chair? Or I can take my arms and cross them behind my back, or even interlace my fingers. So I've got a lot of choices here. And we're going to just stretch out the chest. So reaching around and grabbing whatever we're going to grab. We're going to roll our shoulders back, lift up our chest, and arch into our stretch. So you can see me going this way, like this, right? Or like this. Now a tip I picked up a long time ago is if we keep our elbows a little bit bent, instead of locking out our elbows, it actually opens up these pectoral muscles a little bit more. So wherever we are, we want to keep that little micro bend rather than pushing through. And that just helps us focus on the chest a little bit more. And we'll release out of that stretch. So I'm just going to kind of work my shoulders a little bit. That's kind of a big stretch, right? Just kind of rolling my shoulders. And so I'm going to take my arm here, and I'm going to clench my fist. I'm going to pull my wrist in. Can you see that? And draw everything up. And I'm going to come down. And when I come down, I'm going to open my hand, open my wrist, and push back. So I'm going to come in, pull everything in, and push it down and back. Pull it in, push it down. And you can see from the side, even my shoulder is moving. Now this is a great one. Let's do a few of those that a care partner can help with. As they come up, they're going to wrap up your hand. And as they come down, they're going to work to open your hand and pull through, making sure the support is kind of up in the upper arm and down on the wrist. It's like we're putting on our seatbelt and we're opening out. Putting on our seatbelt, opening out. Maybe 2 more of those, just to get good movement through the arm. And then we'll do that on the other side. So we can kind of shake out that arm a little bit. And we'll come up to the other side. Now I'm going to clench my fists. I'm going to pull in my wrist, kind of wrap everything as if I were trying to kind of curl my arm up into a little ball. And then I'm going to push out and open my hand and my wrist, right? Pull in and open out. These are called P&F patterns. Basically what that is a neurological physical therapy movement to help move all of the arm and all the shoulder in every direction that they can possibly move. And there's 2 patterns of it. So we're doing our first pattern here. And then our second pattern, so we're going to pause. We're going to take our arm across. Here, and now we're going to pull everything in here. And as we open our arm, we're going to open out here. So we're going to pull it across. We're going to open. Across and open big. Across, open big. And again, you can have a care partner help you, right? They can work with the arm movement here. And as they come out, they can open your hand. As they come down, they can close in your hand. So we'll try that on the other side. So we'll bring the hand down. We're going to wrap everything in. And then we're going to toss that hand and open it way out. We're going to wrap it in and open it out. Wrap it in, open it out. So again, these P&F patterns get everything moving in every direction that the body is capable of moving in. There's P&F patterns in the legs also. They're really hard to do. So generally speaking, if you've ever been to like a physical therapist and they've done these with you, they've probably done the upper body, but not the lower body, because there's all sorts of other cool things we can do with the lower body. So maybe 1 more of those. And we'll rest. And so I'm going to just put my hands on my thighs, and I'm going to kind of roll my spine around. Now you guys have learned by now that I love these trunk rotations, love, love, love them. And I like to really get my whole body into it. I mean, I am moving like everything through my spine. I'm even getting kind of my shoulders going, really working it around. You can see if I push myself back here a little, I'm getting kind of even my hips, my lowest part of my spine, all the way up, getting my neck involved. Kind of see it from this side. And I'm really trying to work everything I can in my spine. Now your move can be pretty big, can be pretty little, depending on what your body can do today. So just go ahead and go the other side, the other way. So I don't know what you guys are reading now. If anyone's reading something new, I know we've been talking about books a lot here. So if you'll comment, if you've made it this far into the video, comment and tell me what you're reading. I'll tell you what I'm reading here in a second. So we're going to do like 2 more rotations of this. And come back to the middle. And I'm going to take my legs. I'm going to take my legs and I'm going to slide my leg up and in. And then as I come out, I'm going to turn out. Let's see. I'll do this so you can see me. So I'm going to come here and I'm going to go here. Here and here. So I'm coming up my leg and I'm pushing away. So again, make your move as big or as little as you can do. It doesn't have to be huge. It can just be small. You can have a care partner help you. A couple more of those. And we'll go to the other side. So I'm going to draw up and I'm going to kind of push my leg away. Draw up, push my leg away. Big or as little as I can make it. A few more of those. Care partner can help you, of course, if help is needed. I'm going to come back. So I'm going to have us kind of recline in our chair. And we can rock our knees from side to side. Just get a nice little opening for our lower back. So I am reading, I think I've told you before, I read a kind of harder, heavier, more thought-invoking, thought-provoking book. And then I pick up something kind of light and pithy. And so I just finished reading for the bajillionth time The Stranger by Camus. And so I countered that by picking up one of the Janet Ivanovich, Stephanie Plum murder mystery novels. They're formula novels. And so we're going to take our leg and let's bring our leg straight out. Like this. Still hard to see. I'm using a different video format than I'm used to, and I'm not sure I like it as much. Straight out. And let's just bend over our leg here. We can put our hands down to kind of support ourselves if we need to, but we're stretching out this leg behind the leg. Your foot, which you cannot see right now, can be flexed back, or it can be neutral, or you can be in your AFO. So I'm reading these books, Janet Ivanovich books, and I've read them for years and years. And the main character is a bonds enforcement agent. We'll switch our leg. Bring it out, and then fold over that bent leg. And she's a bonds enforcement agent who, of course, gets herself mixed up with all the wrong people and gets in sticky situations trying to catch the bad guy. And I'm on book 25. I think there's 27 of them, and I'm on 25. And yes, I've read 1 through 24, and they're all pretty much the same book because they're a formula book. I mean, they're predictable and you figure them out in the end. But they're one of those books where you kind of come to love the characters and come to know the characters, and so then you get really excited to see what they're going to do next, right? So I'm going to come here. I'm going to take my foot and I'm going to slide my foot underneath my chair. So I'll turn this way so you can see me. So you can see my feet are on the ground. I'm going to slide my foot back. The moment that my heel wants to lift up is as far as I'm going to go. And I can stay here and actively push my heel to the ground, or I can bow forward a little bit and hold on for support, or I can hold on to my chair handles. And I'm just stretching out this heel cord back here. You keep on stretching. I'm just coming up so we can see each other again. So I'm just pushing that, sliding that heel back behind the chair, leaning forward slightly and kind of pushing my intensity down into the floor to stretch out that heel cord behind my ankle, my Achilles tendon, sometimes people call it, that or the heel cord. It's a great one for the back of the ankle if you have issues with ankle mobility. I'm going to switch sides. So I'm just going to bring that foot forward and plant it. I'm going to take the other foot, slide it back. Now you might find that it only goes so far, and that's okay. Just put it right where it goes. Make sure the heel is dropped down to the ground. If your heel wants to lift up, that's kind of your stopping point. Well, I had to go and try to get the kiddo back to bed. So I'm hoping that I can edit these together and we can continue with our stretching. So I'm going to push my chair back again. So we were just stretching our heel cords out. I love that stretch. I love that stretch because you can do it anytime. When you're sitting, you can do it in your wheelchair simply by sliding your foot back or having somebody slide your foot back for you, or you can do it sitting in any type of chair. So that's a great, great stretch. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to open my foot to the side. I'll show you here, but I'm going to open my foot to the side and let my knee fall in towards the middle. It's a great stretch for the hip. So I'm just going to bring this down. I'll slide myself back. So I'm going to take my foot open. I'm going to take my knee and let it fall in. Just like that. Move that so you can see me a little better. Whoops. Sorry, gang. Boop, boop, boop. So my foot is out, my knee is in, and I'm just stretching, and I can feel that stretch right along my hip here. I can hold on to my armrests or my chair if I need to, and I'm just feeling that stretch all through the hip. My hands wherever they want to be, right? Let them hang. And I'm, again, just letting gravity take over to drop that knee down. And to come out of this, I like to take my hand and help and then come in. So I'm going to take my other leg, bring it out, drop my knee in, kind of let gravity start to take over. Now, if you're like me, you feel this stretch on one side much, much more than the other. I'm just letting my leg rest down. I can do this in an AFO. I can do this with somebody holding underneath my ankle if they want to provide support and then letting the leg fall in. And then back to the middle, so I'm going to pull it up and in. So I'm going to go the other way. I'm going to take my first foot, bring it in, and let my knee fall open. And again, my hands can rest wherever, but I'm just kind of letting that leg open up. If I do this on the edge of my chair, I might be able to get a little more openness. Somebody can help by holding your foot. We want to make sure the foot's not rolling under, that we're on the edge of that foot there. And so somebody can provide some support here to help with that. I'm going to Bring it back up and take it to the other side. So my foot comes in, my knee comes open. You may get a little bit more of a stretch if you're closer to the edge of your chair, as long as you don't feel like you're falling off of your chair. You're kind of the judge of your body, making sure that you're safe with all of these stretches. I'm just opening through that thigh and that hip joint, getting that hip joint moving in all the directions it can move in. And we'll come back up. And so I'm just going to take my leg and I'm going to pull up. And for this one, as I pull up, I can hold underneath the leg. I can even lean back a little bit, or I can kind of hug across the top of the leg. So there's several options, several ways I can do this. You can also have somebody pull your knee up for you. Great one to stretch the buttocks and the back of the hip. Again, you can lean with it if this feels better. Here. And if you're down here and not quite all the way up, that's okay too. We'll come back. We'll do the other side. So we can catch underneath and pull up, or we can hold in front. We can be upright, or we can recline. Just a few big breaths and feel the low back, the buttocks, the back hip, all kind of get a good stretch out. And so I'll release that all the way down, nice and gentle, come back upright. And from here, I'm going to take my hands across my chest. Now, you can be more holding down or just let your hands rest in your lap, but I'm just going to rotate from side to side. A few rotations. So I'm sitting up nice and tall. I'm trying not to be slouchy and slumpy. And I'm just going to twist. I'll turn this way so you can see me. Just getting that good rotation. And so I'm going to come to one side, pause, bring my hands down, and one hand's going to go behind me, either holding onto my chair or sliding behind my back. One hand's going to go down on my thigh. I'm just going to rotate a little deeper into that stretch. And bring it back around. I'm going to cross my arms again. Just rotate again. Side to side, just gentle movement. I'm going to go to the other side and hold. Take my hands down. One comes behind me. One comes on my leg. I'm going to rotate it around. I'm sitting up nice and tall. I'm not letting myself be slouchy, right? And let's release that. And so let's take our arm, pull in. Let's take our hand to our wrist and give just kind of a gentle, I never know which way to go, gentle push in. Drop that elbow down, get a nice stretch of the arm behind us. We can be here if we want to be up a little higher. We can be up a little higher. Depending on our flexibility and our mobility, we may feel this one a little differently, right? And we'll come out, kind of go the other way. Just kind of push out either at the wrist or at the palm. And then let's do the other arm. Let's pull in, kind of hold the back of that arm and give it a nice push. We can be a little more down or a little more up. Kind of find our own place where we feel a stretch. And then I'm going to take it out. I'm going to push down, or I'm going to hold my arm. Again, somebody can help you with these, right? And so let's come back and let's just roll our wrists. I have my hands up high so you can see them, but you can have your hands down low. It doesn't have to be up high. And I'm just doing those wrist rolls, maybe the other direction. Get a little mobility in our wrists, and I'm going to pull in and open out. Again, I can do these with my arms down. They don't have to be up high. So we're just in and out, in and out. And I'm going to take my hands, touch my fingers together. Doesn't have to be fast. Right now I'm kind of pushing flat fingers, right? The pads of my fingers down. But I'm going to switch that here in a second, and I'm going to do more of the round tips of my fingers. Just a few cycles of that. And I'm going to squeeze, I'm going to open. Squeeze, I'm going to open. Squeeze, open. So if you guys are ready with me, we can do something a little new, some stretches of our face. Don't laugh at me too hard. See, the thing is that you can see me, but I can't see you doing these. So I really like them. They feel really good, but they look goofy, and I'm about to make a big fool of myself. I hope you give me some grace. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to scrunch my face as tiny as it'll scrunch, and then open my face as big as it'll open. So I'm just going to really I'm going to make my face that my son makes when he's mad. And I'm going to open my mouth, and then I'm going to pull my mouth back. And I just kind of make all those facial expressions. So, and like I said, you guys can laugh and laugh and laugh at me, but these feel really, really good. So I hope that you do them with me. I'm just opening and closing and scrunching my lips and scrunching my eyes, and I want to make wrinkles in my face and flatten my face and bring one eyebrow up and the other. Every way possible, and I want you to keep on doing a few of those wherever they feel the best. And we're bringing blood flow to the face. We're stretching out these muscles across our face and our neck. And one exercise that I really like is to say the letters of the alphabet, but to exaggerate them as big as I can. A, E, I, O, U. Like that. And I know that it looks so goofy, so very goofy, but it feels really, really good. So I want you guys to do, and I'll give you some time, I want you to do like 5 reps of each letter of the alphabet. Let's change it. Let's do 3 reps because it can be kind of tiring if you've never done it before. So A, E, I, O, U. Just as big and as kind of grouchy Like, just picture my 7-year-old just mad at the world because he can't have videos or mom won't let him stay up and say hi to everybody. Um, just keep on going with those. A couple more rounds. A, E, I, O. Ooh. One more round. You guys can laugh at me later. It's fine. I can handle it. I'm a big girl, right? But I don't know if you feel that blood flowing in your face after those and feel your neck muscles. And one thing you can kind of do is a little mini facial where you kind of pat out, right, your face a little bit and pat out your neck a little bit. You can come up, you can pat out along your temples, and I like to rub those muscles across my temples. These are all muscles in our face. Our face is made up of, gosh, I can't remember how many because it's been a while, right? But our face is made up of a lot of different muscles, and they get tense and tight too. And so we can give ourselves these little face stretches and then face rubs and face taps to help with those muscles. I don't know about you, but that kind of feels it feels nice. It feels like I just had a little massage, a little facial. And again, all along where the scalp meets the face and back in every direction. You can just give yourself a little massage. If we're having trouble opening our fingers, we can use the front of our hand or the side of our hand. Little massage those face, little tap out. So there we go, guys. Thanks for sticking with me for stretches today. I hope you liked the face stretches at the end. It's not something I do very often, but every stretching time I try to put in something new that we haven't done and hopefully teach you a few things that you can glean onto and then utilize on your own. So some of you, you can take the pieces you like. If you don't like the face stretches, throw them out. You don't ever have to do them again. If you really liked them, you can incorporate them every single day into your routine. If you like the PNF patterns, excellent. You can do those anytime when you're sitting, watching TV, or, exercising back at the MSAC or whenever it is. If you don't like them, you don't need to do them again, especially if you have other things that you like. That's the great thing about stretching is there's so many options, right? So many things that we can do. So thanks for sticking with me, gang. I hope that you're well. Please comment. Let me know what you thought of stretching today. Let me know what you're reading. Give me a hello, and I will go back over all the comments and read them later on this afternoon. So I hope you guys have a great day, and I miss you. And we'll talk to you soon. Goodbye.